Sixth graders, welcome to Big Ideas Math, Section 10.4, Box and Whisker Plots lesson. Pause while you write Section 10.4 lesson in your math notebook. Pause again while you write today's lesson objective in your math notebook. Today's objective is construct and analyze box and whisker plots. Today we'll be starting on page 370 in your math textbook. Example 1, identifying a population and a sample. An agency wants to know the opinions of county residents on the construction of a new road. The agency surveys 800 residents. Identify the population and the sample. The population is all the county residents. The sample consists of the 800 residents surveyed by the agency. So if you look at the chart to the left, you can see that they surveyed 800 residents. And that would be the sample size. And so the county residents, everybody who lives in the county, would be the population. Take a minute to copy this figure at the top of page 371 into your math notebook. It says the figure shows how data are distributed in a box and whisker plot. About 1/4 of the data are in each whisker, and about half of the data are in the box. So that's important for you to understand when you're dealing with box and whisker plots. And example 2, we're analyzing a box and whisker plot. The box and whisker plot shows the body mass index of a 6th grade class. So it says, letter A, what fraction of the students have a BMI of at least 22? So if we look at 22, where it is on the number line, and the right whisker is where that is, and so it says the right whisker represents students who have a BMI of at least 22. So about 1/4 of the students have a BMI of at least 22. Letter B, are the data more spread out below the first quartile or above the third quartile? And explain. The right whisker is longer than the left whisker. So that indicates that the data are more spread out. So the longer the whisker is, the more spread out the data are. So the data are more spread out above the third quartile than below the first quartile. Letter C, find and interpret the interquartile range of the data. The interquartile range equals the third quartile minus the first quartile. So the third quartile is 22, and the first quartile is 19. So the interquartile range is the part that's in the box. So 22 minus 19 equals 3. So the middle half of the students' BMIs varies by no more than 3. Moving on to example 3, comparing box and whisker plots. The double box and whisker plot represents the prices of snowboards at 2 stores. Identify the shape of each distribution. For store A, the whisker lengths are equal. So if you look at the ends of store A's plot, the whisker lengths are both equal on the left and the right. So one end is not more spread out than the other. The median is in the middle of the box. The data on the left are the mirror image of the data on the right. So the distribution is symmetric. For store B, the right whisker is longer than the left whisker. So that data is more spread out. And most of the data are on the left side of the display. So you can tell that most of the data are toward the left. So the distribution is skewed right. Which store's prices are more spread out? Explain. both boxes appear to be the same length. So if you look at just the box part in both distributions, the box is about the same. So the interquartile range of each data set is equal. However, the range of the prices in store B is greater than the range of the prices in store A. So the prices in store B are more spread out. So you have a greater variety of prices in store B. So that would indicate that if you wanted a greater choice of prices to choose from, you might want to go to store B, where if you wanted just maybe lower end snowboards to choose from, you might want to go to store A. Your assignment for this lesson is to complete the On Your Own problems 1 through 3 below. They are also on pages 460 through 462 of the textbook. Show your work and be prepared to share during our next class. Please remember, to earn credit for viewing this flipped lesson, you must complete your exit slip, come to our next class prepared with the journal pages or other work from the flipped lesson completed, and be prepared with any work that was assigned in the flipped lesson completed. Be prepared with any questions you have for the teacher, and always have a good attitude. We'll see you next time in class.